This video is going to be regarding list of headings, that how you can easily solve any kind of list of headings in Ielts reading and get at least 7 to 7.5 band in reading. This is going to be a very simple video. I am going to tell you about 5 to 6 tips. If you follow all those in a sequence, in a chronological order, then you can easily get most of the list of headings correct in your reading. So the first step is regarding that what to read first. Most of the students have the problem that whether they should read the passage first or they should read the headings first. What to do? So I would just recommend you to read the passage first. Why it is? Because if you will read the headings, then there are around 10 to 11 headings most probably in one kind of list of headings question. And if you will read all those, and when you will get to the 10th heading, I don't think so that you will be remembering the first one. So try to read the passage first so that you can get the conclusion out of the passage, that what they talked about, and then you can mark the heading. So read the passage first, then only go to the heading, because if you will be reading headings first then passages, then you cannot do. Read one passage, then go to the headings. Then you can easily find out that what they were talking about, and then you can mark the most relevant kind of heading. Next, so the next tip that I am going to give you here is that don't get confused. Don't get confused. Don't get confused within two different kind of list of headings. What happens is that students get confused that this heading can also be the answer, but this heading can also be the answer. So what you can do at that time? Try to first of all write in a short note. Write a short note like this. Make a small kind of cloud on the paper you have been provided and write the conclusion that you found out from the passage. Then match it with both, like first and the third heading. Then see that which can be the correct answer, which is the most relevant one, and also find out the difference between both of them, that what is the difference in the first one and the third one. Then only you can easily do the list of heading question. This step can prove to be very much beneficial to you all, because this way you can easily differentiate that what can the correct answer be. And if you think that any kind of list of heading cannot be found at the moment, just leave it, keep it in a judgment way, and try to judge it at the last when you finish all of those, because at that time you can easily get more clarity. Next, the next tip I am going to give you is don't go in depth. Don't go in depth. What happens is that when we go in very deep of understanding the list of headings, you go in very deep of reading the passage, at that time you spend a large amount of time. But in list of headings you do not have to do this. You only have to gain a central idea that about what they were talking in the passage, so that you can mark any of the list of headings as the answer. Don't go in very deep of this, because these questions already consume a lot of time of yours. So it is not viable for us to spend a large amount of time on every kind of passage, because sometimes you are given around 10 to 11 paragraphs. So at that time it is not good for you to spend a large amount of time on every of it. Next, the next tip that I am going to give you is that how you can find the answer in a very fast way. It is read the first line and the last line. I will not recommend generally for every kind of paragraph to you, but when you have lesser time, to do the list of headings, at that time what you can do is you can read the first and the last line. You can get a small conclusion into your mind, and then you can easily mark the answer. And what happens most of the time is that some words from both first line and the second line are same. They are the synonyms. They are the synonyms in the list of headings. It is a kind of trick that can be used. Try to first of all gain the central idea that what can the answer be, what they are talking about, and after that match it with the words in the first line and the last line. This way you can easily find the list of headings answer. After that, do one thing more. Mostly what happens is in list of headings, with this you have blanks or true false not given type of questions side by side. So try to solve these also, because you are reading the whole passage. You are getting to know about the ideas. So just do both of these side by side also, because this saves a lot of time of yours, and most probably these are the easier ones. The questions that are given with the list of headings are generally the easier ones. This way you can do both kind of questions together and you can get maximum answers correct out of this. In reading, what happens is time management is the main thing. The one who manages the time, he can easily get 6, 7, 8 band in reading. It depends on your knowledge, on your English level, English skills, and if you manage time properly, you can get a very good band score. Then in list of headings, what problem most of the students find is they think that it is very boring. When you are starting with doing the list of headings, and once you have spent 10 minutes on this, you have read a whole of the paragraphs, then if you are given 11 list of headings, you can easily eliminate 3 to 4 out of those. Which are generally impossible to match, which are not matching with any of the paragraph. This happens most of the times. So first of all, when you have read all of these, you have found some answers, and some of the options which are not, but they are confusing you. Try to eliminate all those. Because with the help of this, what will happen is that when the wrong answers or the unwanted answers will vanish out, you can easily judge from the remaining ones. And this step proves to be very much beneficial for most of the students. And I believe that if you follow all of the things that I told you in list of headings, you can get a very good band score. But at the same time, you need to have a very good level of English also, because only tips and tricks cannot work for you. Unless you have a great knowledge of English, you have a great vocabulary, these tips will not be working for you. Vocabulary and English level matters a lot. So try to learn 5 to 6 new words of vocabulary every day, or when you are doing reading, you find a plenty of vocabulary words, in which in question there is some kind of word, but in the passage there is some kind of word. Just try to write those on a notebook, so that easily you can maintain a vocabulary notebook and can use it for your further exams or further development of English. So I believe that this video would have been of very great help for you. So thank you everyone. We will meet in the next video.